Back in the building. Bright as ever. You know the thing. It's every Sunday. It's like church. It's like church like
It
that.
is, it is only church. Jay, no, Spencer is not late. So please, in the comments, send back the apology. Big up Daniel Grace, my brother. Big up Jimmy Irvine. Surely, no starting with a silence. No, there isn't gonna be no. We've paid our respects. We did that. We did that. We did that during the week, and we continue as usual. That's what we're doing. We're continuing as usual.
Yes. So let us begin the show. Hold tight, Leah O, the lovely Leah. Mama Junior. Yeah, good evening to you. Anyway, let us start with those wonderful words. Dream it, believe it, become it. Oh, let me turn the washing machine off. Guys, man, where's it coming down?
Come on down, but you just went off on the thing. Coco, no, I'm not late. Which Spencer said late, which part? You better recognize that, man. Late, which part? You know what I mean?
Can't have the old washing machine making noise while wearing this.
Son, because the thing's all black, that's actually a cardigan, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
You better wear a white t-shirt underneath it, bro.
No,
We
no, no,
can't
no,
do
no.
that. We
No,
can't
no,
do
no.
it. No. We can't. You can't compliment. You can't seriously because I had to look properly to see that. I look at the details. That looks kind of nice.
Come
Tony's
on.
been out shopping regular now. You know what I mean? A big
Yeah,
money I get.
the,
Hey, what,
the
I
money.
see. Listen to me. I see Tunde give James Cook a wad of money the other day, you know. A big
What's
wad. He
that?
said, "Yeah, James, hold that." You know what I
What's
mean? James didn't even do no work, and I made that introduction. Where's my money, Tony? Where's my money?
that? I keep telling you, stop discussing money on this
I know
platform.
business. We mean stop discussing, man. I'm never gonna stop discussing it. I know business. I want my cash, bro.
Anyway, let us move on. Outside Daniel J.
Ladies and
Mo.
gentlemen, come on down. The fight is right. Tundi
Yes.
had a wad like this, you know. Tundi, the wad was like that, bro. I said, Tundi's balling, bro.
Come on. Tunde wearing the Happy Moon shirts with Spencer's with Spence soon. Yeah. You know that. Hold tight, John Khan. Salam to you. Late Show 42. Lions in the State. As always, Coco, the lovely Coco. Good evening. Come on. Too blessed. Is GGG finished? Definitely part of the subject or the topic we will be discussing today, along with other questions, which I guess you will pose, and also I will have for Spencer. Spencer may have some for me. Big up Sean Porter. He messaged me, reposted the thing. Man jumped off the Zones platform straight back onto the Stamina for Sale platform, and that's the kind of leverage and influence that we have in this thing. Outside Jermaine Williams, he says, "Blood, I'm here." Come on, Steve Bailey, the one and only Bobby Wright says, "Back again." You know, it's like we never even went nowhere, Bob. It's like we're just appearing everything. Country Don, aka the chairman. Evening, gents, and evening to you, and thank you for that wonderful piece of advice you gave us offline earlier on this evening. QM, big up, brothers. Spence, we've got a few minutes, blessed minutes to discuss what took place in the early hours of this morning with Saul Canelo Alvarez,
Saul.
Saul, and Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Um, did the fight live up to its initial hype?
What hype?
Yeah, that's a good one.
What? You say like initial hype? There was no hype. There was no blinking hype. The fight weren't promoted. Well, the fight weren't promoted over here in the UK. And you know what I mean? And they kind of shocked us as well because we had to pay $9.99. You know what I mean? Each. Do the maths on that. So, I mean, we paid that as loyal supporters. You know what I mean? As low supporters. So,
Sorry,
you know what I mean? That's 1998 collectively we paid.
Yeah, me
Thank
and
God
you.
we got that back on the super chat money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
after a few words of
Yeah. Oh, come on. But we're not even giving that any credence or any energy because it's a new day. And as it's a new day, it's a new evening. We start things on the new. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're being refreshed, replenished, and we got to count our blessings that we're here to see another beautiful day. And I've got to say that I'm spending it with beautiful people who are up on the chat, who are posting up their comments right now. And we want to see the first person who's going to drop in the collection box, right? And we're going to take it from there.
Sunday business. Oh, type two less. Sorry,
It's
two
Sunday.
less. I had to put out this comment. He said, "Yo, Tunde, did you see the man get carted off by security and walk past Adney and call him Tunde?" I sure did. Adney's like, "Mate, I'm not Tunde. Tunde's black." Did you see that? I did an interview, and the man was getting, but the man was handcuffed by security.
Hold up. Tunde, stop. Mama Junior, thank you for your $19.99.
Jeez.
Big up yourself.
Oh,
you, regardless of anything, you were the first one to bless it. So let's keep Marty up here for a hot minute. First one to bless it. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, but a lot of people saw it. The man was getting carted off by the police. He was at the police and you cool. And he looked at Anthony and shouted out Tunde's name. And Andy's like, "Oh, I'm not Tunde. Tunde's way blacker than me, bro." And that was
you know what, I saw the little kerfuffle, but I didn't even know what it was about.
That was the highlight of the night. Anyway, let's get straight to business again.
You know what? We should have got Denzel Bentley, you know, after that performance that he put in. We should have got... Just phone him.
Let's give Denzel a little call, see if he...
Yeah, just phone Denzel because, like, I'm going to be real with you, yeah? Denzel Bentley put in such a stellar performance, and what Denzel Bentley has shown me, Denzel Bentley reminded me of a throwback fighter. Reason being is because I could go back to, I think it was 1943, right?
Bro, hold on. Let me just take off these brothers.
Send him a link, man. Send him a link.
Wait. Let me just take off this brother's comment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce all to you on The Fight Is Right, the one and only British, 2 times British middleweight champion, a lovely young man, beautiful family that were there in force to support him on Friday night. The one, the only, Mr. Denzel. Big man D.
Tunde, you're not used to doing it. Send Denzel the link and bring him on the show properly.
All right, Denzel, you know what I'm going to do? They're telling me I'm not used to doing all this stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you the link and then you just press onto the link, yeah? Can you do that? Yeah, do it that way. All right, cool. One sec, yeah? Love.
Wait there, BG London's taking liberties, you know. Understandable mistake. Tunde's a Peckham man.
All right, Gary, send the link. I'm gonna give you the number now and just send the link to Denz, yeah?
Yeah, send the link. We can't just have Denzel like on that. It's different when there's free ranging to go grab them, and Denzel always bless up the show. We had him on there properly the last time. And hopefully now, because he got love for that, he's gonna come a little bit more out of his show. But
okay, yeah, that's good. Even Gary's like, bro, what am I sending you, Gary's? What am I sending you his number? Just bro, I'm. Hold on, let me do it. All right, carry on, Spence. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm saying when we saw like with Denzel, I'd rather say this I could hear. You know what I mean? I'd rather say this where he could hear. But yeah, I was thoroughly impressed with him. And also, I want ladies and gentlemen to realize this part here. He done a better job than Chris Eubank Jr. Right?
Absolutely.
Done a far better job. And you got to think, Marcus Morrison, what was that? That was nearly 2 years ago now. Let me see that. RZ says, hope you both can, I can't even see this here. Put it up here. Thank you very much. Hello, Tunde Spencer.
You want to go? Read it.
Done, sir.
It said, hello, Tunde and Spencer. Hope you, man, are good. Still recovering from staying up from the fight. Fell asleep at 6 in the morning. Spencer, I've dropped you a message on IG. Will you be able to read it?
Right, I'm going to drop on the IG in a second and I'll read that, right?
But first things first. Without further ado, let me introduce to you the two-time victorious British middleweight champion, a young man that is really making waves. I'm just proud of him. I'm proud of him, and I want him to continue to on this trajectory of winning, because that's all we do: win in Jesus' name. Old time, the one, the only, sweetly, too sharp. Yeah, man, like Denzel.
Yes. What you saying, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I didn't even know what's going on today.
No. We didn't know. We didn't know.
We was talking about it, and I said, "Ton, just phone Denz."
Yeah,
you know what
I mean?
Okay. And get Denz on, because we were bigging up all these little Canelo man and these man. These men ain't giving us no money. Just back our own, bro.
And you know,
like London in the house.
Let me just say something. When I phoned Denzel, him and the whole family were sitting down watching his fight. I see the mom on the settee. I see what's going on, Denz, and that's beautiful.
It's been a repeat all day.
Yeah, what? Denz is the first time I met your mum, you know. Big up, mummy. Show me bare love.
Love.
You know what I mean? And your mum looked young. I said, you know, you're free. What a lovely lady. What a lovely lady. Sorry, we have to big up the Snapchat.
Wait, Spence. Both of you are talking at the same time. You're cutting at each other.
Sorry, we have to big up the Snapchat money just coming here. Francisco, thank you very much. These people are keeping us alive, Denz.
No, word for word. No, I was just saying, my mom watches you lot showing it, so she knows what you know. She's a big
Okay.
She watches you lot still. Yeah.
Thank you, Francisco, for the $499. He said, got to stop calling Spence the knowledge and instead called him Worldwide Spence for being such a cultured dude. Latinos love stamina for sale. Come on, all day.
That's a salute.
Worldwide.
That's the accolades. That's the accolades.
That's accolades. Anyway, on to your victory. Great performance, Denz. I was right there. I wasn't ringside. I was apron side. I was right there. My forehead was on the thing like that. And you were absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys.
Nana was on the phone to me. Nana was saying, TT, come on, man. I said, bro, Denzel is tucking this brother in. Don't worry about that. He's bashing this guy. And it was such a good performance. You look as good as I've ever seen you. So credit to your training team, Martin, and the guys, all of them, Ray, all those guys down Peacock. But how you feeling right now?
And I feel good, man. I feel nice, relaxed. Obviously, you know, after every fight, the body's aching and that, all the adrenaline come down and stuff. But I'm good, man. I'm happy with the performance. Family's happy, as you see. The highlights are on repeat. But then I'm happy, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what's next now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And for me, you're such a humble young man. You know, you deserve all the best. Everything you get in this life and in this sport, you absolutely deserve, because I've never felt no bad energy from you, never heard you speak negative about anybody. You just want to be successful. And that's really good for me to see young men from certain environments really showing examples to others and showing them that, you know, louder excuses. Just get out there, pursue your dreams, and you could get it. So I'm going to give you a personal round of applause for that.
No, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
What next for you, though? What next? So that all you know, I know the dust hasn't even settled yet. But
yeah.
Ideally, where would you like to go next? Or what would you like to do?
You know me, I'm always up for a challenge, man. I'd like to get the world title fight, man. Like, obviously, everyone has their opinions. You could say out there, people online or people that know me personally saying, "Oh, take your time," or "You're not ready," or "Step up," blah blah blah. At the end of the day, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? You're going in there with someone else that's you know, doing the same thing as you. Essentially, you go out there and you do what you've been working for. You know what I'm saying? I've had 19 fights now. I'm not a prospect. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to jump in there, like, throw me in the deep end. I think when I fought Heffron with 13 fights, I was thrown into the deep end. No one was telling me, "Oh, you're not ready, don't fight." Same thing, because the world stage thinks it's a bit scary, but that's my dream. I want to be there, so
well, you know you're talking,
I want to get there.
You know you're talking to the right crew, because we're not on that Oh yeah, what if, you know, when you got a dream that you cannot fulfill any sort of dream without taking a challenge. And so it's really refreshing for me to hear a young man in today's boxing, especially in the UK, who's saying, "Bro, I don't care what you man are thinking. I want to challenge myself." Because you're gonna have to fight eventually, you know. And as you say, 19 fights in now. You had, I mean, how many amateur fights did you have, Denz?
17.
17 amateur fights.
Yeah.
Or 70.
No, 17.
Wow. That's even wow. I thought you had
17.
Yeah.
No, you're a bad man. No.
Yeah.
You're a bad man. You're a bad man.
So really, I'm gonna have to talk to Nana because, well, you're still learning on the job. You are literally like Anthony. You know, you get to a certain stage and people don't realize that every day that you spend in the gym, you're working on your craft to improve. You haven't been boxing, you know, you don't come from, as far as I know, some heritage of generational boxing family. And not only that, you're very
Ghanaian.
Well, that's a bit different.
Every Ghana man can box.
That's a bit different.
That's in the blood. We're warriors.
That's in the blood. That's warrior business. But in terms of boxing experience, you're still very limited. And to achieve what you've achieved in just 17 amateur, even 84 boxing is saying, no joke. Guy is a born fighter, 17 amateur fights. Wow. And we want some money because we want to buy our mum a big house.
Big house, bro. 100%.
Spence, you got anything to ask?
Yeah, man. Like I was saying earlier, I was really. I can't remember the setback with the Felix Cash fight. And I remember that morning. Remember, I phoned you, you know?
Yeah.
I phoned you. And I was saying, like, bro, just get on and continue doing what you're doing. Because what is for you no one can't block what's for you, you know? What's being properly directed to you, no one can't stop it. And he said, boy, but I remember you was down. And the brush off, because the fight that you had with Tunde's nephew, that fight was serious.
Who are you talking about? This guy's crazy, you know. You know these Jamo boys. You know we have to
Yeah. All right, Tunde, your cousin, right? But that fight was a serious fight, you know. Udolfo, that fight. Because I saw when Udolfo broke up Jay Pester.
Yes.
That was a serious breakup. We were concerned. We was concerned about that fight, you know. For you, I'm not gonna lie, I was concerned.
A lot of people were, but in my mind, it's like what Tun said. There's no reward if there's no risk and there's no challenge. But I'm looking at it as like where do I go? Do you feel me? That this is my chance to fight for the British again and be back in this position that I'm in now. If I'd have turned that down, I'll still be chasing, you know, trying to get back in this position. I'll have to go a long route round and not earn what I feel like I'm worth, and you know, just not get the credit I deserve and try and find a route. So I got to take these fights essentially, and plus, and it's mad that you say that because when I was watching this guy. And I watched this fight just like as a boxing fan. But when I was watching this guy trying to figure out how I want to fight, that's the fight I watched. I just said, wow, what's his best performance? I don't want to watch your worst performance to see your holes in your... What's your best performance? I want to see you at your best and see what I can take away from you. That's how I watch fighters. You feel me? I'm not trying to find a weakness and say, oh, he does this. No. What do you do best? So when I take that away from you, you got nothing else to show me but your weaknesses. So that's why I watched that fight. But
I like that mindset. I like that mindset.
That's an excellent mindset.
I like that mindset.
You know what? You know Spencer's got the habit of drawing out people's tactics live on TV. You know I'm here to protect you. I don't want you to reveal the secrets. I don't want you to reveal the secrets too much to these guys because you know there's a lot of people watching us.
There's best guys out there.
Trying to take notes on Denzel Bentley, and Uncle Tunde is not allowing that. So I just want to give you. I want you to give the Fighters Right listeners your view and opinions on last night's contest with Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah, I literally just caught the highlights. You know, the highlights make everything seem a bit better than it was. But I was hearing it was a boring fight. I tried to stay up, but I crashed. Like the adrenaline left me. I was gone. Yes. When I walked back up, Sean Porter was giving his analysis. I said, "Oh, forget this. I'm going back to bed." I thought Canelo was going to win. Golovkin's never been stopped before, so I didn't think he was going to get stopped. But I saw the pace had slowed down a lot. It was a slower pace than the first two. And I think that's due to Golovkin being a lot older than he is, and Canelo knowing he ain't got to step on the gas because he ain't being pressed as much.
Yes.
That's what I saw. But obviously, I didn't see the full fight, so I can't give a full analysis. But from what I saw, that's what I was judging. So it was like a slow pace fight. Canelo was, in control from what I saw. Golovkin's doing his thing, giving some back, but I didn't think Canelo was in any trouble in that fight from what I saw in the highlights.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spence, before we leave the young brother, I'm sure he's still, as I said, adrenaline is still there. I let him celebrate his time with his family. It's really been a blessing to get you on so soon after your fight. Denzel, listen, from myself, and I know from Spencer and from the whole team, continue to do what you're doing. Always remember, Unks is there. You pick up the phone like you have been doing, and you see the advice that I gave you was correct.
Yeah. I love, yep, love for that.
I told you,
know that,
listen,
yes, I'm taking it in.
See me, I've got nothing but good intentions in my heart for all of you young guys. I want you to do the best. I want you to earn a lot of money if possible, and loyalty is a lot. It means it's very, very, it's worth a lot of money. So always remember.
Before you jump off, I just want people to know this and people on the show to know this. You, and I rate Marcus Morrison, he's a decent fighter. His brother actually came and sat ringside beside us, but we just drained
We had to ban him up. We said, bro, we didn't see there, man.
Right? You know what I mean? And my friend, the way you put those shots together, there was just something of like the patience and how you're sitting there, you're placing your feet with your shots now. I was saying, bruv, this U-turn, he looked serious.
Yeah,
and the way you clarited his face was blooded badly,
All right, it's getting messy still.
All right, Spence.
In front of me to try to dodge the blood when it's flying over. You see these bloody Nigerian people, right? The performance. The one thing is this: you did that. And I'm going to be real. A 10 times better job than what Chris Eubank Jr. did against Marcus Morrison. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me play matchmaker. Let's say Chris Eubanks beats Conor Ben. Let's set up the money fight.
Took the word right out of my mouth.
Let's set up the money fight. I'll be the top negotiator, and I'll make sure you get the top dollar. Trust me.
I'm ready.
Let's get it cracking. So Eubanks Jr., if you're listening, stop calling out this man GGG that you've been ducking and dodging for the last 94 years, and you're waiting for him to get to 45 years old. Come fight a real live wire in Mr. Denzel Bentley. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm ready. Let me know I'm ready for that fight. I acknowledge my pen. I'm ready.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining
Salute.
us.
I appreciate you guys, man, all the time, man.
Big up your family. Big up mommy. First time I met her. Such a lovely lady as well. Love.
Yes, please look after mommy. Please look after your mother. Your mother is the foundation. Trust me.
100%.
Prayer and fasting.
Hey, there's a lot of that going on before fight, boy. Yeah.
Come on, love. All right, take care, bro.
Nice one. Appreciate you guys. Love.
Yeah, big up. No Fight Fan TV live. Not talking about. I'm talking. Tunde's a bloody Nigerian. You see these people trying to call trouble now. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that what you're saying? What's
plus these little dumbback Caledonian Jamaican man. You know what I mean?
What's about it? Hey, Gus, mind you don't try. Sometimes I say about you, yard man. You always trying to cause division between Guardians and Nigerians.
No, I'll cause division wherever I can find it. I'll cause division. Remember, where Gus is from, you have to big him up. Where Gus is from, Gus's family and my family are literally 5 minutes walking distance. Mad. You know what I mean? Mad. So, you know what I mean? But big up Gus. He's having his big wedding next week. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to eat some big food. But yeah.
Right for the 449, he says great performance by Denzel. He loved every minute of it, and yeah, we were all together, and it was such a awesome performance by Denzel, and he deserves big fights. I know that his handlers or the people that look after him. I don't really like that word handlers. That's some old school fight game word, but the people that have his best intentions at heart, they may want to take. But this kid wants to challenge himself, and I don't
You
believe
gotta
you
rate
should.
that stuff.
I don't believe you should hold back anyone who wants to challenge yourself, because, like he said, like I've always said, if you want to be the best, you're gonna be faced with a challenge that most times not many people think you can win. But with hard work, prayer, belief, the sky's the limit. So we only wish the guy the best. Anyway, that was a surprise guest again. My book ain't black. I think my book's more blue. But it ain't as powerful as Spencer's book. But I got a few people in the book.
No, listen, you don't get it. Stop for a second. See, my black book is Tunde's black book.
Come on, talk the thing.
Simple as that. And Tunde's black book is my black book.
Yes, sir.
That's how the thing rolls. So when I see my brother Tunde with them big rolls of cash like the other day, that's my money as well. That's how it goes. I don't care. Just be quiet.
Anyway, can we discuss this fight last night?
Tunde.
Firstly, what do you think of Canelo's performance?
Tunde, I wasn't impressed with it. And I haven't been impressed with Canelo for a hot minute. Last time that I was impressed with Canelo was the Billy Joe Saunders fight. I was not impressed with the with the Caleb Plant performance. I wasn't impressed with that, to be real with you.
I'll be honest with you, even with the Billy Joe Saunders fight, Billy was doing well in that fight.
No, but the thing about it is, Tony, you and I both know Billy since he's been a young kid from he's been an amateur, right? Mm-hmm. Billy Joe is a very good technical fighter. Very good. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's a southpaw to boot, and he's a very good mover, and he can negate a lot of your stuff. So how Canelo managed to crack him down, but even on that, the reason why I'm saying he hasn't impressed me since then, because I know Billy Joe's a good fighter. So to get a stoppage over Billy Joe, that I don't business. But they want to say about the corner pulled him out, or regardless, whatever, you still lost, right? So that performance there, I got to give him ratings for that. I wasn't impressed with the Caleb Plant fight at all. I wasn't impressed. We saw when he was up against Bivol. I definitely wasn't impressed with him in that fight. I wasn't impressed with him against Smith. I wasn't impressed, bro. So no one's not fooling me. So what I'm telling you, like, Canelo, true, he's up at these higher weights as well. He's actually slipping. But yeah, yesterday was at super middleweight. And I wasn't, thank you very much. Too blessed. Danny Jacobs, Canelo was fire. That last time. That's the last time we saw a proper Canelo. Do you know what I mean? But there's nothing like what Tunde was saying in the early hours of the morning. If you guys tuned in, you would have heard when Tunde was saying, like, he's most probably going to do a Floyd Mayweather thing now. Sit back, have a break, and like check out the surroundings, because you have to give him his respect for what he has done in the sport of boxing. It's been amazing. It's been very, very unprecedented what he has done. You know what I mean? Becoming a multiple world champion, becoming an undisputed champion as well. You know what I mean? And he's held, and I didn't even know this because titles are so sporadic now, but he equaled what the great Henry Armstrong did in becoming a free weight world champion simultaneously. Way harder in the 40s when Armstrong did it, because you had one world title per division and you had 8 weights. So different time. I mean, in those times there, if somebody like Henry Armstrong was fighting today, he'd most probably be a 9-time world champion or a 10-time world champion, because there are more weight divisions and there are more belts. But what Canelo has still done is still amazing what he's done. But I'm still going, look, there's certain men that I would like to see him go and face, like Benavidez, like Charlo, like Andre Ra. See? Kulu is saying the same thing that I was just about to say. If Canelo could not put a dent on GGG, who is on the slide, what happens if he gets in with Benavidez, Charlo, Andrade, who becomes mandatory when he moves up the WBO title? And that's a very solid thing, because I have my reservation about Andrade as well. I do have my reservation about him, right? But one thing I do know is Charlo is a serious brother. Benavidez is a serious brother, right? Now, do I think that Canelo would swerve those guys? I think you can't really say that he swerved certain people because he has fought the fight that he had with Kovalev. You got to think Kovalev just came out a hard fight with Anthony Yarde, you know,
Yes,
and it
sir.
seems like the fight happened 2 weeks later.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? That's how smart they are. The same thing that they did with when he fought Smith. When he fought Smith, he said to him like, "Yeah, 4 weeks,
4 weeks. I think 4 weeks notice.
4 weeks notice." Now check it. When you get a phone call for 4 weeks notice, you got to fight. You've really got 3 weeks training.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So on certain things, I'm saying right, but because he is that draw, I remember it's 1 in 3 Mexicans watching when he fights, and he's been pay-per-view for a long time. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous numbers that he's amounting. And you saw Alejandro Fernandez come out singing for him. That's like I said, that Alejandro Fernandez is like the equivalent of Elton John to the Mexicans. He's big. Right, so all of those kind of things. So he can really dictate something that he's learned from the great Floyd Mayweather. Like, right, I can dictate what I'm gonna go do because I'm the A side. But the thing about it is this: when Floyd was on the come up and he wasn't the A side, he had to take what was offered to him until this how they learn. You get beat by somebody, you learn from their blueprint, and that's what he's done. He's learned from Floyd's blueprint. We shall see if he takes the same route. But I weren't impressed, and just like Sean Porter said to us yesterday, Tom. That wasn't impressive by either of them guys. Guys was blowing. What round? Round 3. What round were we saying? Round 3 was blowing, right? Canelo was blowing for round 3.
Yeah.
Right. And also take it to the fact of like Golovkin in his heart, maybe he thought that he won a moral victory. You understand?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't happy with the way he was happy after the fight. It was like, I don't know, there was something strange about that whole ending to the fight. Because he was smiling, yes, you know, thank you, look at my face, it's all nice. Bro, he was too happy. It's like that man just gave him a check, a bigger check before the fight and said, yeah, hold that. Don't push too hard, but just make it look competitive. Because if GGG had started the way he finished that fight, we could have had a different fight, Spence. Because he hurt Canelo, I think it was in the 9th or the 10th for the right hook. And he was putting on serious pressure towards the end of the fight. And it was quite, I don't know. I don't like to use the word worrying because that doesn't sound fair. But Canelo definitely does look tired to me. He definitely does look, and he has done so for the last 3 or 4 fights. And I would not begrudge him if he said he wants to take a rest, just like Floyd Mayweather did for 12 or 18 months. The thing is that when he takes that rest, he ain't coming back to no easy fights. He's coming back. He's coming back to smoke because there's a lot of young guys on the come up in all divisions. And again, it will be another way to cement his legacy. But I won't begrudge him if he takes another 12 or 18 months hiatus from the sport.
Yeah, I hear that, but Tunde.
Turn your volume up.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
That's better.
All right, so, yeah, I'm saying, I don't think he's going to do that to him. You know what I mean? I think he's going to continue to fight. But I'm telling you that he's...
No, Spence. Wait, sorry to cut you there. Remember I said before the interviews, he looks tired and needs a rest. He actually said in the post-fight, because I watched it with sound this morning. He said, I'm tired. My body needs a rest. And I said, there you go. I told you, it's coming. It's coming. And the fact...
Well, Tony, if it does come... Go on, continue.
Yeah, and the fact that he's saying, I ain't fighting no Mexican fighters. And he had to back up the reporter in the press conference. He said, I told you, stop all this. I heard Benavidez' dad talking shit. Sorry for my language. He said, I heard Benavidez' dad, but he said, look, I don't need to go into who I fought. Who has he fought? Anthony Giroux. Come on, man. Bro, I'm tired. I just need a rest. Stop questioning about I'm afraid to fight this and that. And you know what? That is such a fact. He's fought everybody, Spence.
Yes.
He's fought everyone. And you can say there was at the end or what have you. He's done
He's fought everyone.
And look at his resume. It's hard to beat that resume. So if he does want time off, I think he deserves it. But in terms of the way he's getting tired very quickly, it's because he's never been a fast-paced fighter anyway. You know, he got head movement and moves around, but he's not. But you can visibly see him get tired. And the thing he does when he gets tired, he drops both of his hands. So bait, like it's like he's tired. So that's that. What can we see from Gennady Golovkin? Because in the post fight, he said that he's not done. He's going to continue.
Well, Tunde is done. He could tell her I say he's not done, but I'm telling you, he's done. You know what I mean? He's done. He's done. You got to think like, who's there for him to fight? He's not going to generate. He's not going to generate the figure. You know what? That'd be kind of cool. You know, like Benavidez to go fight Golovkin.
Yeah, but Golovkin's going back down to 160. That's like he's saying I got my 3 belts at 160. I'm gonna defend them.
Okay then. Well, hopefully he can fight one of the Charlo. We can fight Charlo.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. But no, I'm telling you that what I saw yesterday, Tom, was an old man who had to force himself to up the pace. It wasn't natural. He was forcing himself to up the pace, and it wasn't because Canelo was bewildering him with loads of different shots. Right? He was forcing it because he didn't have it in him anymore. Right? And Jonathan Banks could say everything that he could do, but it was lackluster and he was unmotivated. Country Don, big up yourself. He said let me just kind of see that. Yeah, I can't even see it. 1 second.
Right. I'll read it. Country Don, aka the chairman, he said he is tired and has had 8 fights in 3 years. And he needs a rest. So we got to give him that.
You know what? That is a lot of fights.
Trust me. Big championship commercial fights.
Yeah, that's a lot of fights. And not only that, but it's draining as well because the eyeballs of Mexico, the eyeballs of boxing, because he's
the face of boxing.
Yeah, he's the face of boxing. He's a premier guy. Like, so everybody's on him. But like I said, I think that he should have a rest anyway, just to create that awareness, because it seems like this fight, Ayrton, it never had no pulse to it, no heartbeat to it, no nothing. Maybe people have seen him.
And to buttress your point, the mayor of Brixton says GGG's done out here. Doesn't have the beast aura anymore. But let me just give you an example of the aura. We have more people now on the live than we did for the Canelo GGG fight.
All right, then. How many people got on the live, son?
258 people.
Okay.
So there are more people live watching this show than we had live on the watch along.
And listen, usually Canelo brings in some big numbers for us. 3,000
watching live.
Watching live, and then by the morning when we check, we're all up to 30,000.
Yep.
I don't even know. I didn't even check the numbers. I didn't even check. Did Gary put up the Sean Porter thing?
I'm not too sure.
I did. Gary, did you put up the Sean Porter? Where's Gary on there? Gary, what's Gary doing? We're giving the baby some SMN.
Some milk.
Alexander Wilson says David Benavidez, I will give Canelo major problems just on work rate alone. He probably is the number one in the 168 when Canelo rests. And also, thank you for the $5, my friend. We should have put that one up, but thank you for the $5.
Let me see that. Alexander Wilson. Then David Benavidez, I think, will give Canelo major problems just on work rate alone. He'd probably be number one in the 168 when Canelo rests. The young man is a beast, and he's very young. This guy was giving Kelly Pavlik problems when he was 13 years old. Kelly Pavlik was the middleweight champion of the world. And I see sparring sessions where him and Kelly Pavlik are going at it. The brother's 13, 14 these times. And I think now David Benavidez is only 25 years old.
All right.
So he's got a good 10 years left. He's gonna be a problem. And to be honest with you, there's no rush. He obviously wants to be the legend killer. But Bivol really done that. Floyd done that. But in the new age, it was Bivol. But Canelo can be forgiven as it was I mean, he looked small. You can see he was more natural at 168 yesterday than he was at 175. His face was a lot slimmer, and his speed and his jabs and everything was fast. His timing was good.
Tunde, let me just say this now. You do not know how many people watch this show, you know. Trust me on that. Yeah, I mean, something just come through. When we come off the ears, I'm gonna tell you about it. Because really and truly, I could be angry right now and expose people like to so and cause trouble on people. But you see, the thing about it is this. You see, like, I saw an interview with Beyonce, and she was saying when certain things happen, outlive the lie. But then you see,
I see that.
Right, okay. I worship the Most High God. I don't care about what name you want to say. I worship God hard and with sincerity. And you see, my worship of God is instantaneous. So anyone who try to come with any foolishness against me or my brothers, 'cause I've got enough brothers, all you lot of the sisters up here, we got family up in the air. Anyone who tries to come with any foolishness, my God will deal with them instantaneously.
Mash you up.
And return back to sender. But after we're done, I'll tell you about it. But I could expose this person on the show to ban them. But I'm showing you that your susu can't work. Your susu, your juju can't work when you come to deal with Spencer, the knowledge Fearon, or Baba Tunde Master Genius Ajayi. Remember that part there. My God will mash you up. So careful what comes out of your mouth, because you can't bring it back in. No facts before you talk rubbish. Especially when you're going to family members trying to susu to them as well. Ciao.
Come on. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Boxing is life. Big respect to you both. Just a quick question. I've heard you both say repeatedly, it only takes one shot and it's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. So why are you counting Anthony Joshua out? First things first. Nobody on the Stamina for Sale platform knows. This is what I'm trying to say about Spencer just talking the talk. Don't put words in our mouth. You can talk about any. Cause I'm not like Spencer. Cause I would just block your ass instantly. I'm not. I don't play no games. I'm not in this. Oh, I'll tell you off air and everything like that. But I'm gonna just say to you, brother. Nobody has counted Anthony Joshua out. Not me. You've never heard that from my mouth. And I know 1,000,000% you haven't heard that from Spencer's mouth. Now, you need to tell me where you got that from within 60 seconds or you're blocked. I'm going to wait. 60 seconds. I'm going to set my timer. Where you heard me or Spencer say that we're counting Anthony Joshua. Let me set my timer.
Gary is taking liberties, though. Gary is
when this timer goes off, if you don't reply, I'm blocking you. All right, cool. You see this here? You see the thing? 54 seconds. All right, cool. Shut up. Don't come start all your nonsense about both of you counting them out. 50. You're down to 46 seconds, brother. So you best come. You best either say that you were making an assumption, or tell me the show, the time, the date where you heard me or Spencer.
Thank you very much. Boxing 84. Thank you for quoting me correctly. Who counted AJ out? Spencer said he would advise him to take off, right? Take a rest for his benefit. Not counting out no fight, you know. I'm just saying, take a rest. Take a break. Go jump on a plane. Go to Nigeria. Go visit family members. Go and eat some of that strong pounded yam with some pepper stew. Go do something, right? That's what I said. Not counting out nobody. People are rushing.
Your time done. Later, you're blocked.
Block. Straight standard. Right? Right?
Doing your nonsense. Shut
right? Up. Don't put words in my mouth.
Don't try to put words in my mouth. Blocked. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Come try and mess up the thing. Don't try it. Bro, you know me, I'm not a no lies or rumors business, or just come navigating some miracle stories in the air. No, I'm not having it.
Bro, you're blocked. Straight. We're not playing, you know.
Get out of here. It's Sunday. Bro, I don't know what's about with people. I keep telling you, this is not your normal show. This is a show where people have opinions and they are entitled to them. But when you start lying, well, I'm not having it. Spencer's not having it. Gary Blake's not having it.
Not having it.
You're gone. See you
And
later.
Gary will do the countdown in the comments because we're not.
Yeah, Gary won't even tell you. Gary,
Gary's telling it down. Gary do the countdown. You didn't see it.
Gary doesn't even tell you. We just see this person blocked or this person put in the sin bin for 5 minutes. Gary don't. Gary don't give no warning. Just bam, you're gone. Anyway, let's continue. And Spencer said it right. He was just stating it. Anyone who's asking AJ to go and fight now don't love him. That's basically from what I understand.
Right.
He said,
Tunde, you have quoted me verbatimly. Simple as that. That's what I'm saying. Take time out, right? Now,
always, you see, because we're always supporting AJ. So don't try to come and.
Nobody ain't supporting him more than me. I'll tell you that now. Because I tell you on the Thursday prior to the fight, it's me that was phoning. You know what I mean? As he lands back in the country, I get a phone call at 7 o'clock in the morning from Anthony Joshua. So don't try cause no division. We love the brother. He's our brother. Simple as that. But what I'm trying to say to you is like, no one's not trying to downplay him. But what I realize is like people are talking what's in their heart. Enough man's sitting down now outside their own envy and their own lack of accomplishment. Looking at AJ now, want the boy to fail even more. They want him down in the ditch. They want him down. I don't want him in the gutter. You know what I mean? So we as an elder, myself, Tunde Ajayi, we're not puppies in there, you know. I'm a big man to AJ. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Shill killer. I never see no response. Gary, did you see a response? Spencer, did you see a response?
I never seen no response, bro.
So Shill killer, if you want to join him, talk your talk.
You have 1 minute. Put the 1 minute timer on Tunde.
Yeah,
1 minute countdown.
Yeah, no one ever see nothing.
I'll start my counter. Remember, you better come with something proper. 1 minute. Because this is the blocking game. We're not playing with people out here. We are not playing with people out here.
It's straight blocking.
Straight blocking.
Okay, someone said, hold on, wait there. Yeah, he did respond.
Okay, you're lucky.
Cool. Stop the timer. All right, so let's get Boxing Life backups. How do we get him back up, Gal? I don't know how you get. I don't know how you unblock, man, because I've never done it yet.
Look, you'll know for next week.
Yeah, we'll know. Don't worry, Boxing Life. Leah, we're trusting Leah O's and Coco. These are two people that we trust their word.
Foundation.
What did he say? Yeah, you know, Gary's the policeman right there. What did he say? We need to know what he said. But anyway, if that's the case and he responded, we want to know what he said, and we will reinstate you to this program. Yeah, Tunde, he was bad-mouthing Spence. Oh, what? With a reply? Bobby Wright, was he bad-mouthing Spence with a reply? He explained why he said what he said, kind of long. Anyway, we're giving this too much energy. Bruv,
he's gone.
Listen
to me.
Yeah, you're staying blocked.
What I said on the IFL interview, which, and I only mainly do interview with Raz because he's proper, right? Was what I said, basically everything that me and Tunde discussed on the Fight Is Right. Do you know what I mean? That's all it was. But come out to another demographic and people heard the passion, which they're not usually hearing the passion when I'm on IFL or any other platforms or boxing. That man. Bro, Tim, this is what I'm trying to say. You know what? It is biologically and scientifically proven that when you laugh, you gotta let that out.
Come on,
you know what I mean? Joe Barrow, thank you so much for the £10. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying people hear the same thing. Thank you. What's that? God, what's that?
Hussam Hussein. He said, love the IFL interview, Spence. 100% real talk, real brother. If AJ, sorry, it's gone up. If AJ had more people around him like you, he would be much better off. But the fact is, he has got Spencer around him, and he knows he can always pick up the phone to Spencer. And listen, again, I was talking to one of the guys that around AJ, or was with AJ in maybe not this camp or the camp before, and I said, this is a young man with a lot on his shoulders, and so he has to make his own decisions inevitably. But just let him know that we're always here to give him a word of advice, and I think he does know that. Hence why he phoned Spencer and asked for his advice. Not that he takes it, but at least you hear it from us.
Bro, end of the day is this, yeah. Everything that that people saw on the IFL, if you big up the Mayor Brixton, I mean, I'm not forgetting. But thank you for the $8.99. Pleasure seeing you both on Friday show. Exciting times ahead for the new partnership. Honestly, thought how much of a gentleman is Anthony Yard, and good heart truly shines through all day. Glad that you know that part there. Big up for the Mayor Brixton. You always support the team. You're one of the real brothers. Yeah, I mean, it's from Angel Town, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But me and Mayor Brixton was walking to the venue. I forgot what show it was. The last show. We walked from the car to the venue. A beautiful guy,
lovely brother.
And supports.
Yeah, he's real for the guys. He's real. He's passionate. No one can't talk no smack on your name on any other platform. He's defending man. No one can't talk smack on my name. He's defending man. He's from the ends. Do you know what I mean? And this is and the nicest thing is this is like our culture. Yeah, our culture is absolutely fantastic and it's beautiful. Our culture. You know what I mean? How we were brought up. How we. Do you know what I mean? There is no tribal difference. You know what I mean? Because there's only one race, the human race. I keep on saying this and people ain't listening to me. Because
your dodgy Wi-Fi is playing up again, Spence.
There we go.
Yeah, your dodgy Wi-Fi. But sometimes, when you're saying cultural, be a bit more specific, because in that same sentence you spoke about there's no color, it's just one race. So by cultural, you mean the environment we grew up in, and which is blacks, whites.
The Wi-Fi come back better now? 1,000,000%. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the culture, how we were brought up, the things that we affiliate ourselves with. You know what I mean? The music that we listen to, the foods that we eat. That is what I'm talking about, the culture. Do you know what I mean? Our phonetics and how we speak. That's what I'm talking about, the culture. You know what I mean? And Mayor Brixton, he's for the culture. So I don't stop the brother 1,000,000%. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just like Bobby Wright, he's for the culture.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All right, then. You know what I'm trying to say? And the most beautiful thing is this, is that our culture now, we have culture, then we have subcultures of that culture, and it's brought together through boxing.
Yes. Boxing.
Right? And that's the energy that comes from it. And this is the beautiful thing about it.
Yes, boxing, the sport we love. And boxing has so much positive effects, taught correctly, taught in the right way, in the right spirit, it actually changes human lives, male and female, young and old. Boxing is a fantastic sport, and there are a lot of people advertising it correctly, and a lot of good supporters. So big up Bobby Wright. Shill Killer says AJ is being trained by someone who knows less about boxing than he does, and that is a recipe for disaster.
You know what? Shill Killer, well, I'm glad that Tunde never blocked you. Yes. because I'm gonna be real about this, right? AJ does know more about this than the guy that he's working with. He does. No one can't tell me that. He does. You know what I mean? Or he wouldn't be able to accomplish the things that he's accomplished. So therefore, I'm in agreement with you. You know what I mean? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gunning Angel Fernandez. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm in total agreement with you with that one, right? until, like I said, and I said this before, AJ's got a man who was the head corner man with him, who has never taken somebody to go and fight and win a Southern Area Championship, but you're sat in a world title fight. So that's what I'm saying. And this is not a slant on Angel Fernandez. This is the common blinking truth. It's common sense and it's common truth. Because a common person could come out and tell you the same thing. Simple as that. So people could take it how they want to take it, or I'm not turning around and saying he's not a nice guy. Obviously he's a nice guy because he wouldn't have that energy inside of him to draw the talents who he's working with. Not saying he's not a nice guy. Yes, he is. But what I am saying is this is like, where is the experience, bro? Because I know when certain people were starting, they started off where they were looking up to other guys and then they like, let me just continue. I didn't know this brother until he started working with O'Hara Davis. I didn't know of him. They worked one fight and then they parted. So no, I'm just telling you how it goes. Show me your catalogue of work and what you've done, and then I'm gonna say, yeah, I see what's going on. Thank you for the £5. Arrived late. What have I missed? Spencer's eating this week. No, I ate one. I ate before. You just missed it. You know what I mean? I had a wicked apple strudel and custard, right? But I said I'm not going to eat on the show today because I'm just that hyped. Because it's a blessing that Tunde had his young Joe Kadua. Kadua. Joe Kadua fight, and just the respect that young man showed me when I walked into his change room. Yeah, it could only be from what Tunde has told him. Just the respect, the uncle bow, just the respect. I said, yeah, this boy. And I saw him box, and I said, Tunde's going to do it again, you know. You know what I mean? Tunde's going to do it again. Very good talent. All that kid's got to do is just constantly like listen and thingy. And not only that, it was nice. The reception that I got down at the Queensbury show. You know what I mean? Big up Francis Ron, big up Frank Ron. As Tunde calls him, Frankie Blue Eyes. That I got a crazy reception down there. And I was so grateful just to be at that show to watch really good fights. Every fight was a good fight that night.
Yeah,
you know every fight that got onto the TV was a good fight. So I enjoyed watching the show. I enjoyed being back. I enjoyed being around Tunde when he was working, because when the fights were going on, you could hear my big mouth. So it's all good.
Yeah, trust me. Steve Bailey says, have you heard anything about Crawford versus Spence being confirmed for the 19th of November?
We heard that, what was it, in the early hours of the morning. Gary, did you put up the Sean Porter? Because Sean Porter says he believes that, yes, Balfour, he is Ghanaian, Joe Kadua. He's Ghanaian.
Of course.
Right.
And you know, he's Ghanaian. Man, there was a cleaner man when we came in. I saw him. I felt his energy when we first walked into the venue, but you know, we just looked at each other and carried on walking. And then when I went to the back of the venue after the fight, he said, "Aish, Ghana power. He said, that boy, he's strong, Ghana." I was like, fam, yeah. So, you know, Joe had a lot of supporters there last night. People that couldn't even get in, that missed being the first one on the show. But, you know, listen, Anthony Yard was the first fight on and his professional debut with just a few people in the crowd.
And now look now.
Within his 8th fight, he was on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez. So I always try to explain to these young boys, it's not where you start, it's where you're going. It's where you're going. So, you know, come in the dance quiet and leave loud. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep working, and looking forward to a great journey. I think with regards to the Crawford and Spence, has this date just been put out there provisionally, Spence? Has there been an official announcement? Or are we going down that same road when we're just hearing? That's what I want to know, because I can't see nothing really official. I mean, I haven't looked in the last couple of days, but you know, I haven't seen it on Premier Sports boxing channel. Where is this? Premier? What's it called? Premier? What's it? Premier Boxing, in it? Premier Boxing Champions.
Yeah, well, Tony, like I said, there's been no official announcement. Yeah, I mean, 84 boxing, Swifty, right? There's been no official, but there's like little sprinklings that that fight potentially could happen. So I just want the fight to happen. So I don't want to ring Bomac. I don't want to ring Terence Crawford Sunday now. I don't want to ring none of those guys and say, is the fight going ahead? Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to pester them man yet. You know what I mean? Because right now, their man's going to be KG anyway. You know what I mean? You know they're going to be KG. So we don't know, but what we can do is sit down with bated anticipation to think like, yes, it is going to happen. I hope the fight does happen. It's an excellent fight. It's a marvelous fight.
What next for GGG? I think I may have asked that for you, but I see a couple of
the drop down. He said he's still got belts down at 160. So go back down to where you originally are at 160, and let someone get rich off of slaying an old warrior, because you're an old gunslinger now. You know what I mean? Okay. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna make someone get famous from slaying an old gunslinger. Coco says, Tunde, will there be an announcement for an AY fight? Question.
I hope next week there will be an announcement. I mean, going by how I know Frank, they usually focus on one event at a time. We do know that next week there's a big event in Joe Joyce and Joe Parker, and then nothing has been announced after. So my guess is they'll put all the focus on the Joe Joyce and Joe Parker event, which is understandable and should be. And then shortly after, we should have the announcements for the November shows. And I know I've heard 2 dates, and I'm sure we'll be on one of them. And obviously, they're talking about the December the 3rd date, but I'm sure there will be an announcement for the November date. So let's wait till next week, and then we'll go from there. I hope that answers. Carolina Reaper, stop ducking Boatsy. Oh, yeah. All right. Caroline, see you later.
Listen to me. I don't want to tell you the double one. Thank you, right.
Caroline, see you later. You could go and duck off.
Go Carolina. Anyway.
Go duck off.
Carolina. Right, yeah.
Gary said I beat you to it. I know you were sharp, Gary. You were sharp. Reactionary said he fought GGG won. Well, you know what? It's funny because the scorecards were a lot closer than what most people thought. I mean, going by the Zone's commentators, I think that was what's the middleweight boy's name, man? From not the middleweight boy from Tony Sims' gym, man.
Oh, Felix Cash.
Darren Barker. I think Darren Barker was.
All right.
Yeah, I think he was commentating, and I forgot who else, but they were going on like it was a complete washout, like only 1 or 2 rounds, the most for GGG. That's not how we saw it on the night with our commentary.
No.
But I think we gave it 116, 112. And so, yeah, I guess it's perception, but there's no way GGG won that fight. No way. He just didn't do enough. And Canelo was sharp. Even though he faded later on down the stretch, he had amassed enough punches and thrown enough punches, eye-catching punches, to really walk away with it from the 7th round onwards. That's my... he said Danny Jacobs was commentating. That's probably on the American side, but the UK side, which I heard this morning, it was definitely Barker and somebody else. Yeah, 116, 112. That's
how I scored it. That's how I scored it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but even the 160, 112, we knew by the end of the fight who won the fight, right? Yes. And as Tunde was saying that he believes that Canelo needs a rest, and I'm in total agreement with that. He needs a rest, and he can come back and do what he wants to go do. And then also with GGG, me personally, I like to see GGG call it a day. He's 40 years old, Tunde.
And just ride off into the sunset. You only had one. You had one nemesis your whole career. Just leave it as that. Leave it as that.
40. You're 40, brother.
Some people who just don't know when to call it a day. Abdi Musi says, firstly, big up the man's them, Tunde and the knowledge. Question, what do you think about Canelo saying he don't want to fight Mexican fighters? And when this statement first came out, I was like, Spence, that's like me saying I don't want to fight no Brixton man. Or I don't want to fight no Black Brothers. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. You know what? Ridiculous talk, because there is no Mexican bigger than him. So he could fight Mexican, because he never get a massive. You see, like, we go back. When Oscar De La Hoya fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., yeah? The first fight, he got massive backlash when he beat Chavez. I remember he cut him up really bad, right?
Say that again. When
Oscar De La Hoya fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.,
yes.
WBC,
badly.
yeah, so WBC super lightweight title, they murdered him. You know what I mean? They murdered De La Hoya. They said horrendous things about him and like the fans, and he was saying like, after that I would never fight another Mexican. I could get that. The thing about it is this: when Julio Cesar Chavez was at his pinnacle, and I'm talking about his pinnacle, I'm going back like when he was the guy when we rated him as the pound for pound best fighter in the world, when he beat Jose Luis Ramirez, which was a fantastic beat down. I'll tell anybody to go and watch that fight. Just go and watch that fight. It was incredible, right? He was the guy. So, because he was the A-star guy, he could fight other Mexicans. No one can't turn against him because he was the god for Mexico. Now, Canelo could go and fight top Mexican guys who are around, and nobody ain't going to bat an eyelid because you're the top guy. So when you say you ain't going to fight no Mexicans, I don't know where he's coming with that. I don't know. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the $5. Tunde, I'm rooting for you against Batibiev. No, Batibiev.
No, that's probably disrespectful. Batibiev. His corner has Mark
Ramsey, Iceman John Scully, and Ross Abner. Right? There's a lot of knowledge there. Let me just tell you this. Tunde don't need to answer this. A lot of knowledge. I am the knowledge. Number one. Right? Number two, John Iceman Scully, who's my friend. We're good mates. I'm not going to diss him. Mark Ramsey's been involved in boxing from creation. Yeah? But this is how it goes, is this. History tells us when you believe that you have a plethora of knowledge, that knowledge can only be expanded when new knowledge comes in to test that knowledge. Right? Because, in the famous words of Margaret Thatcher, I have never learned anything from anybody who agrees with me. So let's keep it moving.
Spirit.
Less. So therefore I have to drop the donuts in there and just boom.
Come on, Spencer.
Dead from the backboard.
Spencer. Alexander Wilson, thank you for the $5. Either way, thank you.
All the Ronnies, big up yourself.
No nonsense, Tunde. But you know what? These brothers give me joke because it's like, yes, no, I'm not gonna touch on it. Thank you for the $5.
Right.
Thank you for all the Ronnies.
Bobby Wright, big up yourself, Bobby Wright.
Thank you very much, Bobby Wright. You can have who he wants in the corner. I don't bloody care. Lions in the camp all day, every day.
Simple as that.
Didn't Oscar De La Hoya hire the dream team to beat Floyd? Didn't he have Nacho Bernstein, Freddie Roach, Angelo Dundee? He had probably the most knowledgeable corner.
Angelo Dundee was dead at the time, but they tried to dig him up.
Yeah. And in the other corner,
trying to wake him up.
In the other corner, you had one brother that said, you don't know shit about boxing.
Simple as that.
So, bro, you can't scare man with that knowledge too. Listen, Muhammad Ali said years ago, you can be against me, but if one man, the man upstairs is for me, you can't win, bro. So
yeah. Not only will former will fall, but nations will fall. All right, today.
AY. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's going to be an exciting fight. And JME, professional boxing, makes a great point. Fights are won in the gym, not in a corner. I love that. I love that, sir. Otherwise, if you're going on the knowledge again, Joe Gallagher's boy should have beat Martin Bowers in the corner last night.
All right then. And he got punch up.
Joe Gallagher got punch up.
Right, he got punch up.
I don't think Joe Gallagher's been Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year. Had so many. Martin really has been around for a long time with a Peacock gym, but he's making his own way now as a trainer. And what his fighter done to Joe Gallagher's fighter last night was Friday night was phenomenal. So there's a lot. It's more than just a corner. It's the individual. It's the individual's self-belief and the corner's belief in that person, how close you are, and many other factors. So yeah, great point, Jay. Where are we?
Swifty, thank you for the £5. Come on, man.
So where?
Be a church boy.
Swifty, best Sunday money is coming true. Spence Tunde, what percent would you say boxing is a sport, and what percent is it a business? Historically, has anything shifted? What a fantastic question, Swifty. Do you want to answer that, Spence?
Yes, boxing has shifted. Reason being now, especially with social media, right? And you know what? It was just like in the days, you go back, in the days of Jack Johnson, you know how it goes like this, right? You had newspaper reports, you had newspaper results. The newspaper men were actually like the judges, son. If they thought that you won, the first man to go to print to say that Tunde Ajayi beat Spencer Fearon, when they get there and they write it, that's what goes out to the rest of the world because they print it and them times they had to use stick things to print it out. Then came from that age there, went through there would telex, they tap the thing, the Morse code. Then you get the message, then they'll write it out, then it gets scripted, then it goes to print. Then it moved on to computers. Then from computers, it's gone on. Now, so everything keeps on moving. It keeps on. So it evolves. It evolves. The business has evolved. But the fundamentals of the business, like I say, tricks in trade and mechanics in business is actually the same. Right? If you're a professional fighter, you work on your art. Work on your art. You work on your art, then you become an artist. Then it's amazing. You're an artist, and what's the name of the floor that is in the ring, Tunde? What's it called? The ring what?
The ring, what's that again?
The name of the floor in the ring.
The ring apron.
The ring canvas.
Ring canvas, yes.
It's called a canvas because when Tunde has done his work with his fighter, they are now coming out to put their artistry on the canvas.
There you go.
Right. So that is like the fundamentals of the sport is the same, but it's evolved. That's what I'm saying.
Tai Chi Chu said, laugh out loud, Tunde's not listening to this. No, you know what? Because I was reading the comments, so I kind of was not listening to what my brothers. You got me there. Yeah, people are very...
You know what time it is. You know what I mean? Spencer is a straight poet facts. Trust me on that. See what I say? Bobby Wright knows what time of day is. Because these people ain't looking. You're fighting as a boxer on a ring canvas.
There you go.
When you are making art and drawing your picture, yeah? Which comes from the genius of your mind, you are putting it on a canvas.
There you go. The thing.
Right.
Knowledge. And this is what I'm saying. We are about to set up a private members room.
Yep.
We have to pay a membership for this type of knowledge. Because this is expensive knowledge which has been...
But the thing, I'm only giving you like little puppy snippets now because Tunde warmed me up yesterday. Right, you're only getting puppy snippets now.
Yes. Anyway, Alice Wilson, thank you for the $5 again. Amo Williams trainer, Dwight Pratchett fought Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and Meldrick Taylor back in the 80s. I didn't know that until this morning. How did that fight go? Because...
He got broke up in both of them.
No. How did Amo Williams do? In that fight in the English way?
I don't even know.
On here, tell me.
Let me go check it now.
I know he would have. He's supposed to have won. He's set out for him to win. No. Alexander Wilson, I know you would never try to diss. He said, I wasn't trying to diss Tunde. In America, that corner is highly respected by the pros out here. I want you to win. No. This, again, the better man will always win. And this is what I'm trying to say. There's certain ways people say certain things where I can feel the energy. So I know if it's coming from a bad place or a negative place or whatever. The thing is, brother, if you look at myself and Anthony, we've always done things not the way they're supposed to be done. And that's why we've managed to have this, I wouldn't say, but this is why we are where we are. Because we're looking, where we're from, we're not watching no names. I'm not going to bed at night or thinking about what a next man's done. I'm trying to be the best I can be as a coach. And Anthony's trying to be the best he can be as a fighter. And wherever our talents or wherever our hard work puts us, that's where we're supposed to be. Because no one ain't giving us nothing. So no one ain't giving us nothing. So I see Mark Ramsey, John Scully, and them guy got broke up by David Benavidez the other day with the Canadian boy who just retired, the one who Billy Joe beat, or David Lemieux. I seen him being in the corner. I seen them being in the corner when Elder Alvarez got banged out by Joe Smith Jr. So if you understand what I'm saying, Alexander? That corner business don't scare me. It don't scare me. It don't scare Anthony. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You reap what you sow. Whoever's done the work, whoever is the most secure, confident in themselves, will win. And you just
exactly. Sorry to interject, my friend.
Yes.
But I have to interject. John Scully was a super middleweight and a light heavyweight. John Scully don't know more than James Cook, and he would have beaten James Cook if he had fought. So I respect him.
So we got the experience
right,
there.
We're gonna say now. We got the
experience. Was Mark Ramsey a fighter?
No, he's a promoter, man.
Yeah. Russ Abner was making gloves, snuck his way into the corner, and then started doing cuts and doing cuts for anyone. So I don't business about Russ Abner used to be a fighter as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I swear I see a couple fights where he used to be.
I'm a historian. I don't know about him, so that's what I'm trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is that, again, it's not about disrespecting anybody, because
I'm not disrespecting no one.
I'm talking about for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not disrespecting anybody, but bro, that highly respected corner team don't work with me. Because, bro, I went Russia and I was like, bro, Buddy McGurk. I've been up against Buddy McGurk. Them man, none of those guys are better than Buddy McGurk. None of those guys fought for world titles like Buddy McGurk. And as a trainer, a really embryonic trainer, I've been up against Buddy McGurk already. So if I've been up against Buddy McGurk, I'm not going to be frightened of Russ Abner, the buddy who does the gloves.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you a story about Russ Abner. He refused to do our corner in Dallas, Texas. But you see how energy don't lie. You were supposed to be in the corner. That's how God works. You weren't supposed to be in the corner. We asked him, and they didn't ask him, would you do the corner? And because we were the first fighters on, he said no.
You see?
Because we weren't nobody. I said, cool. What? You're gonna see me one day. In my head, I said, you're gonna see me one day. And here we are. So yeah, thanks again. Let's move on.
Yeah, big up Black 74. Thank you very much for the compliment. I'm trying out here, bro. But like I said, I ain't spitting these big bars for you lot too quick.
Big
sorry for that.
What is that? I don't know what that is. I've missed something, definitely. Do you think Canelo Charlo fight will ever happen? It's a possibility, but we just have to see where Canelo goes next. John Scully also had Chad Dawson. Look how that turned out. Well, again, I'm going to get off of this little subject here because it's pointless.
Bro. Too blessed, thank you very much. Put that one up there, Tun. I'm going to tell man a story.
Wait there, all the runnies. Tunde Badman still, and thanks Spencer. Come on. What was he saying about
Too blessed is up
Too
there.
blessed, too blessed. Too blessed said, Tony Robbins is a great speaker, author. Trust me, I just see Spence is the boxing version of that. Come on, all day.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Tunde, you can remember 4 years ago when you was on the train. Can't remember where you were going. You was on the train. You were going to Birmingham, and I phoned you. I FaceTimed you. I said, Tunde, I got someone to speak to. Who did I get you to speak to, Tunde? Do you remember? A motivational speaker. Do you remember?
Les Brown, the one and
Okay.
only.
All right, Les Brown.
And then my cousin ended up trimming Les Brown
All right then.
on our bus. On our bus.
So, and I remember turning around saying, I'm gonna be on stage with Les Brown. Les Brown, as far as I'm concerned, is the greatest motivational speaker of all times. He's ranked in the top 5 already, right? Les Brown. So I was very, very fortunate to be around Les Brown. We're still mates today. He's in the black book. Yeah, I mean, he mentored me for a 1 whole year for free. Do you know how much money it would have cost to get Les Brown to mentor you to? You know what I mean? So when I'm turning around saying like I'm so grateful for that, but I'm glad that you can kind of see the kind of links through that. I'm glad, but I ain't gonna lie, Tony Robbins is a bad boy still. He's a bad boy because that guy just knows how to earn that paper. You know what I mean? Very positive human being as well. But yeah.
For a hot minute,
so when
I didn't really like Tony Robbins. You know what? For a lot of minute, I didn't really like Tony Robbins. The first few times I heard him, I heard swearing, I heard effing. And bro, that always turns me off. When I hear all this effing.
I don't listen to him.
Yeah, I don't listen. From then, I never listened to him. From then, when I hear man using effing, because bro, I don't like that word. I don't like that word when you're trying to motivate me.
Man, just recognize that. Yeah, you see that there. All right, that's the great Les Brown.
The two you look like brothers.
All right, then. The great Les Brown. You know what? His dad's actually Nigerian. You know that?
Oh, good. Not surprised.
Yeah, his dad's actually Nigerian. He didn't know of his dad, but they did the DNA check on him and that his dad's actually Nigerian.
Man said Tunde should be a football manager. Let's quickly, before we wrap it up, we've got 8 minutes left of the show, talk about the acceptance of the Anthony Joshua fight and the Tyson Fury fight. But I saw a video it looks like it was from a few days ago when Tyson Fury was still saying there has never been a December 26th date or something like that. There's only ever been December the 3rd and I think November the 26th. So stop all the rubbish, sign the contract, stop looking for a way out. Have we moved past that now? And are we actually any closer to getting this fight on, Spence?
Tunde, do you remember 2 years ago when Tyson Fury announced that he just got the phone with his then agent and the fight? Right, and the fight. That's 2 years ago. Nothing happened. Then there was announcements, and I remember this time last year, I just finished doing my shift for ESPN, calling the fights on ESPN, and then there was the fights happened again. And then the fight's happening, right? Nothing's happened. So when they turn around and say, "Oh, they come on AJ," you're not dealing. This is the thing about is this. Yes, AJ may be in a position where he thinks, right, I need to go and fight Tyson Fury right now and all the rest of it. But let's be real. Outside of Canelo, Anthony Joshua is still the cash cow of boxing. Simple as that. He's still the cash cow of boxing. When people turn around and say, well, 60-40, that's a fantastic offer and and all the rest of it. In Anthony Joshua's head, he's saying that I'm the 60, you're the 40. You know why? You know why he's thinking that? Because if he didn't think that, and he didn't have that kind of regalness about him, he would never have taken a microphone from Usyk after his maybe Usyk's victory parade. Do you understand? So no, I'm not going to think like this is going to make any difference because fights are very, very difficult to sign, especially a fight of that magnitude. Then he's going to accept it. Wait a minute, I thought Anthony Joshua just signed this massive deal with DAZN. He just signed this massive deal with DAZN. So that fight's not going to be on DAZN then? So how's it going to work? There's so many semantics around that. The reason why I can't see the fight happening. I'm saying if I can't see the fight happening at that time, I'm being real. I'm glad that the fight doesn't happen yet because I still think that Anthony Joshua needs to go away and recuperate.
Raheem Goose says, so are you going to get Maxi Hughes on the show before his fight against Kid Galahad next week? Well, usually fighters on fight week don't usually like to give anything, but I'm sure
we'll get him. You know what? What will we do? Because these fights next week, innit? Next week,
Saturday, yeah.
Right. So we'll get Maxi Hughes on the Sunday. That's what we do. If he comes out.
I saw a headline again. I don't watch these guys. I just read. I see the headlines and I just brush past them. But I saw Lou DiBella headline say, to me, it looks like they're cashing in on AJ. Or I think it may have been, to me, AJ's cashing in.
Ton. Is he tapping our phone lines? Because I'm sure that we had that conversation. Right? And that's it. Because, I'm just looking at this and I'm speaking 100, okay? Miss Ringside, thank you so much for the 1799. Eddie Hearn said December 17th, the dates that were always the 26th November or 3rd December. The last I heard on TalkSport, Frank said that the contract had been sent for them to sign. Until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, we wait. You hear that? So Frankie Blue Eyes, Tunde's business associate, turned around and said,
friend.
Right, friend, right? Sorry, friend as well, right? We're waiting for the team to be signed. Nothing's not been signed. So all of this going back, and all the rest of it. One thing I do know, Tyson Fury wants this fight, and he wants this fight now at this time. Tyson Fury wants to fight, right? Okay then. So all the other times, should have happened, never happened, should have happened, never happened. I don't think Tyson Fury really wanted that time. He wanted it.
You know what, Spence? This brother, I'm gonna block you because I just brushed past your comment before. And I'm going to make sure it's you, just in case I'll get it wrong. Because I read it before I read it again. Yeah, it's the same little... Anyway, don't let me say cuss bad word or anything. But he said... Where is it gone? Why do these minions in comments hate AJ? Ungrateful Z-list boxing fans. Now, I haven't seen nobody hating AJ in these comments. And the comment you made about me telling the football team to empty the tank is part of the reason why you're blocked. See you later, sunshine. Let's move forward. Anyway, Frank Smith at Matchroom has confirmed they have received the contract from Frank Warren. Interesting.
Right. Okay. Right? So there's nothing else. Well, I'm going to be sitting down saying there's nothing else.
They're liars, Coco. They're liars. These are what you call, Don Charles called the agents.
The real Satan spies.
Nastiness on our channel. But unlike most channels, we just block you instant. We're not even on. No, you're gone. So yeah, they just do these things just to be silly.
All the Ronnies, thank you very much. Tyson, we all right AJ done.
Tyson, we all right AJ done. I don't know what that means really.
Yeah, I don't, neither do I. But it was a spelling mistake. But come back with it anyway, I'll read it back. You know what I mean? You can send some more money as well. Big up yourself, all the Ronnies.
Hold tight, all the Ronnies, always contributing. But yeah, so yeah, Frank has said it. Frank has said that, it's not done until it's signed, sealed, delivered. But he's very optimistic. I did hear Frank Smith say that there's really nothing. I mean, everything sounds or seems okay. It might be a little broadcasting issue, but it's nothing that the broadcasters can't settle. If both fighters want the fight, which they seem to want the fight, then why should there really be a problem? But we know it's not as easy as that. So
it's never as easy as that. But what I can say is this. And I'm gonna go to the street. Well,
Carry on what you're saying, Spence.
Gone. Anyways, Gary just put up, our producer just put up. Eubank, Ben, Shields, Marshall, Maya, Borgana, Fury, AJ, Spence, Crawford, all in the next 3 months. Which are you most looking forward to? Tun, Spence, Gun. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Funnily enough, yeah, I'm looking forward to Eubanks, Ben. And that fight, for me, is a big boy fight. I need to see that fight just because of you really don't know what's going to happen. On paper, Eubanks is supposed to be an easy fight for Eubanks. But you know this young kid, Connor, he ain't having it, mate.
It's not an easy fight for Eubank.
He ain't having it. He's a chip off the old block. And he's like, I don't care what you are, mate. I'm coming to have it. And that's what I love.
It's not, Tunde, I'm going to tell you again, it's not an easy fight for Eubank.
Okay.
I want you to know, you're coming down to 157. You haven't been 157 since you was 18 or 19 years old. Number one. Number two, Denzel Bentley, our guest, Tunde just drew up for the Black Book Magic Powers, right? Our guest, stop Marcus Morrison. You didn't come remotely close to stopping Marcus Morrison. All right? So now I'm questioning your power when you was up at middleweight, proper middleweight, against a middleweight. Eubank is, Ben is not a middleweight. He's a welterweight coming up. But what I'm trying to say that Ben actually walks around big. Now it'd be different if you was this concussive puncher. I would have reservations and fear for young Conor Ben. But you're not that concussive puncher. Reason why? I'm not disrespecting the brother, but I was in the gym and I saw Liam Williams prior to his fight with Eubank. We had a chat. And Liam Williams looked rusty bad, ton. You know what I mean?
Can we just also highlight that Arsenal bust up Brentford? 3 love. Bust them up. And Balfour is like, bruv, Ton, why are you getting excited because Arsenal won that dead football team battle jobs yesterday? Bottle jobs. Nah, mate. Don't try to downplay the victory. The Gunners were on smoke yesterday. Just bust up Brentford. Anyway, carry on, Spence. Just had to make that clear.
Right. Okay. So what I'm saying is this. I saw what Denzel Bentley done on the weekend. Makes me think like, rah, Eubank don't really punch that hard. I'm just going to be real. And then also, when he fought Leon Williams, in my mind, and I like Leon Williams, but I'm going to be real, I thought that this fight should be a 4 or 5 round job for Eubank, especially when Leon Williams was coming into the fight off of the back of a loss. Eubank dropped him a few times with a jab, through to my man's just over eagerness and rushing in. He threw a jab and dropped him. But I'm saying you're meant to be stopping these brothers.
Can I also ask Balfour, can I also ask you a question? Who's the top of the Premiership, mate? Bro, who's the top of the... Bro, respect the Gunners and respect the man Eubanks. That's what all the runnies have said. But you make a great point, Spence.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Punching power. It may be something...
Go back to the original question, yeah?
Say again?
No, go on, continue, son.
I said it may be something that Eubanks is saying, all right, cool. So you can't punch. I'm just walking through you. I don't care about you supposed to be a good boxer or anything like that. I'm walking through you. Someone said Callum Takam lost on Friday. Should he?
Yeah.
Who did he lose against?
I've forgotten the brother's name, man. Some kickboxer who now boxes. That's who he lost to.
Oh, wow.
Forgotten the brother's name. It's gone out of my head. Some Eastern European man.
Dylan White versus
Daniel TV. I heard that talk, yeah? But what channel would that be on?
It'd definitely be on BT.
Right, if it'd definitely be on BT, there's meant to be an announcement, I think it's meant to be next week, that Dylan White has signed with Boxer.
Exclusive again.
Yeah, right? That's the talk. Right, Dylan White's gone to Boxer, sorted out his own deal because Dylan White knows that he can still bring. He draws numbers. He still pay per view. So if that fight was to happen, maybe there could be some form of alignment.
Just like the Joyce and Parker.
With Parker going over to, and I think that's actually a winnable fight for Parker. You know.
Let's also not forget, I got a call from Bill last week. Devin Haney is fighting Cambosis in the rematch.
And it's going to be the same like the last time too.
Yeah, I see the same outcome. Could even be more convincing this time. Skyline and the editor says Ben will bruck up Eubanks. Why do I keep on saying Eubanks? Eubanks Senior doesn't want his son to fight Ben due to rehydration clause. Someone said AJ Fury. White needed to have that let's have it mentality when he fought Eubanks. Fury, obviously. Eubanks spiteful, not a hard, but yes, he is a volume puncher. No, he said he was cashing out, not in. I'm looking forward to the women's fight, and the whole card was fire. Hopefully, they give us a date. They have given a date. I think is it October 15th?
15th. That's right, sir. October 15th. Looking forward to that.
Serious. Top of the league. Good question from Nas A. What was that? I didn't see. Have I just said that, Spence? Could the World Cup affect the Fury AJ fight at all? And that is a good point, Nas, because I did hear Frank Smith say something about if England get through to a certain position, then the AJ Fury fight will be on the evening of the England game. Now, that don't seem logical to me.
Listen, it's not going to happen to him. Because no way is people going to tune in to watch no boxing if England's playing.
Yeah, that doesn't seem...
Let's just keep this thing 100. I mean, and especially after the success of our lads got in the Europeans, that fight's not happening. That fight's not going to take place because no one ain't tuning into that fight.
Listen to this. Adif Hassan Doherty says Canelo said he'd mash up his hand and reportedly out for 1 year. Surprise, surprise. I told you. Canelo's gone for the next 12 to 18 months. So brothers better start looking at extra payday from somewhere else because you're not getting it from Canelo. He's taking a rest, a good rest. RZ says, Tunde Spencer, I want to ask, what's your analysis of the thoughts on the last 3 fights Chris Eubanks has had with Roy Jones? For me, I just see Eubanks being played back and relaxed in the ring. Spence?
I'll just saw all the runnings. I didn't understand what you meant by
all the runnings. We are black to have Baba Tunde Ajayi. We all the runnings. Your grammar this evening hasn't been very good, you know, because
we are back to have right.
I don't know. But yeah, what did you think about his performances under Roy Jones? Chris Eubanks, you
know what? I haven't been overly impressed with him. Just gonna be real. I haven't been overly impressed with Eubanks, with Roy Jones. And that's not me taking nothing away from Roy Jones because he's a fantastic fighter, an incredible fighter. But I think it took somebody of the level or the height of Roy Jones that will make Junior listen. Because Junior don't like to listen to nobody. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. And I've spoken to a couple of them. Pardon me?
Is he more like a chip off the old block? In terms of not really to listen to people?
Well, it could be because it could be. I don't really like. I said I've got a lot of time for Chris Eubanks Senior. You know what I mean? Always phones me up, gives advice on loads of stuff. So I don't really want to get too deep, but I would say that when you see a father can behave a certain way to Ronnie Davis, and the sons witness this, he'll follow suit. You know what I mean? Because what do they say about the apple? When it falls, you don't fall far from the tree. So I think he needed somebody like a Roy Jones, where you say you can't argue Roy Jones' resume. Because no one can't tell me Roy Jones in his prime would have broke up both Ben and Eubank. Right? I'm just going to be real.
Rory Breakers and Spencer, when will you start to enjoy some food on the shows? It always makes Tunde go mad when you start eating. No, but I'm going to switch it up on man now anyway. I'm not going to acknowledge
well, I should do space. You know what I mean? But yeah.
That would be a good fight. I want to see Dillian White get that work with Joe Joyce. That would be a madman fight.
It would be. But you know what? Before anything, let's not forget, it's next week Joe Joyce is fighting Joseph Parker, right? Right. Yes. That is a wicked fight, you know.
A great fight. And some people are questioning the pay-per-view worthiness. What would you say about that, Spence? We've gone on again. We're 10 minutes run over.
Yeah, 10 minutes. That's all good.
Go on, let's go. What would you say about pay-per-view worthiness?
I believe that is worthy. I believe that's worthy of a fight. I think it's worthy of pay-per-view because right now anything is worthy for pay-per-view. Right? And it's only pay-per-view, people are going to buy it. People will buy that fight. Joe Joyce is an unbeaten heavyweight fighting a man who has only lost 2 fights. One to Anthony Joshua, and then straight after, one to Dillian White. And remember, Dillian White gone in the last round, you know. All right. It's only because Dillian White eats some different yam and banana to make him stand up.
Grab like no business.
Right. So I'm telling you this, if Joe Joyce, I'm not saying Joe Joyce isn't a real deal, I think Joe Joyce is very, very good. But if Joe Joyce handles Parker, Joe Joyce is going to be the next heavyweight champion of the world. I'm talking handle. Because Joe Joyce is very good, he's deceptively good as well. But we'll see, because he has that methodical style of boxing, so we'll see how he gets on. What's up?
A boxing pro said Joseph Parker is going to hit Joe Joyce with some rotted leg. Bro, he's gonna have to, mate, because I'll be honest with you, Joe Joyce is not called a juggernaut for no reason. He will take them and walk from. The question has always been, how many can he keep taking? You know, because guys, I'm just reading something.
All right, well, seeing as we're talking about that, remember this week, The Fight Is Right. I'm going to try and do a very live special on Friday. Well, I'm going to get it recorded on Friday anyway. And it will be given to us so we can run it on The Fight Is Right. So it's going to be me, Spencer Fearon, with the great, legendary Sugar Ray Leonard. And this is in conjunction with the Combat Zone at the Arnold. And it's going to be this Friday at the NEC in Birmingham. So The Fight Is Right is going to be on the road. Right? This is going to be a big thing. And we're doing it in association with, there's this new thing called FitBag. It's some boxing computerized bag, punching bag. So FitBag have invited me down with my dear old friend Alan Lacey. So we're going to be down there, but I will be interviewing, I'll be with the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, the man who was the first man to win 5 world championship fights, the man that famously beat Roberto Duran when he got him to quit in 1980, the man that stopped Tommy Hearns in September of 1981, the man that went on to go and fight marvelous Marvin Hagler in April of 1987. I'm going to be with the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard, and we're going to get bits for The Fight Is Right, but I'm doing it in conjunction with FitBag, which I'm grateful for. So yeah, I'm going up to Birmingham to be with the legend. So I just thought I'd put that one in there as well.
And the man whose fight collection tapes I stole.
Listen to me. Tunde stole that collection of fights from. I had every single Sugar Ray Leonard fight. Every single, from his first professional fight, all the way up to his last fight against Hector Camacho every single fight in chronological order, every interview. I had everything. Yeah, from his first fight with Louis the Bull Vega all the way up to his last fight. And Tunde stole the blinking videotapes from me, you know.
All right, big up Bouncer. Tonight he's got a pay-per-view thing at the at the Crystal Palace Sports Centre.
Yeah, I saw him the other day and he told me to come down, you know. But, you know what I mean, we have to do the show. You know what I mean? This side goes. You have to do the show.
Big up Spencer.
Yeah, wicked and mad.
You know, bro, I got a teeth to boxing knowledge, man. Bro, you don't allow me.
Yeah.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone over.
Way over. Oh, thank you so much for the time with you guys, man.
Yeah, it was only supposed to be an hour show as it usually, but as usual, we really get into conversation here on The Fight Is Right, and we love it. You know, we definitely love having you with us. Again, we have more people live today than we did for the Canelo Alvarez watch along. So maybe that says something about how much energy Canelo is rolling with right now. And maybe it is time for him to have a little break, you know, recharge and come back like Floyd.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, let me say a big thank you for your attendance. Miss Ringside Snaps, Jay Lanks, Bobby Wright, Tubeless, Tai Chi Tube, Balfour, always brushing me about the Arsenal, but fam, well, sorry, I should stop saying this word. But Balfour, we will be in the top 3, if not top 1, come end of the season. Big up Bronski Bopskin, NN Zoo, Jackie Boy Johnston, Axe 74, Adif Hassan Doherty, Coco, Tusif Patel, XL15, Daniel J. Boateng, and all the rest of you, all the runnies, you done know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fantastic having you here this evening with us, myself and Spencer Fearon and Gary Blake, the man behind the cam. And let us end with the words, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. Peace, 2 fingers. See us this time next week. And like I said, I'm down this Friday at the NEC, Burnham NEC, which famously held Nigel Benn versus Chris Eubank Senior. But I'm going to be there with the great Sugar Ray Leonard with Fitbag. I am so looking forward to this. Massive big up to Alan Lacey. You haven't got your ticket for the Arnold, go get it, because I'm down there. So peace, 2 fingers. We out.